I'm Jennifer from the Worcester branch of the Wayne County Public Library. Today, I'd like to share with you a delicious new murder mystery, Mastering the Art of French Murder by Colleen Cambridge. After the devastation and rationing of World War II, Paris begins to recover its liveliness as the romantic city of light. Tabitha Knight, a young woman from Detroit who spent the war working in a factory and exploring her independence, travels to Paris a few years after the war to stay with her French grandfather and to find new meaning in her life. Tabitha finds herself in love with Paris, its history, its architecture, and especially its food, which she is slowly learning to cook and share with her grandfather and Uncle Rafe. And to help in that endeavor, she has made friends with a fellow American who lives across the street, Julia Child, a student at Le Cordon Bleu cooking school. Julia's extravagant love for French food and for life draws Tabitha into her circle, including Julia's sister, Dorothy, and her friends from the theater where she works. The night after one of Dorothy's parties in Julia's apartment, Tabitha and Julia stumble across a dead body in the cellar of the building. And when the victim turns out to be a woman Tabitha met at the party the night before, and the murder weapon turns out to be one of Julia's knives, Tabitha realizes that there may be a more personal connection to this horrible crime. And she is determined to find the answers before one of her friends ends up in prison. To be honest, I couldn't resist this book just based on the combination of murder mystery with Julia Child, since I grew up watching Julia's cooking shows. I also enjoyed getting to read a mystery set in a different time period and a different location than most of the mysteries I read. And I think the author really captured the flavor of Paris in the 1950s as it emerged from wartime austerity to its revived glamour. Tabitha makes a good main character and amateur sleuth, even as she is still feeling her way around Paris as a newcomer. She serves as a wonderful foil to Julia's larger-than-life jovial presence, and her interactions with her grandfather and uncle are heartwarming and humorous. She becomes the still, calm center of the investigation, even as she takes risks and occasionally butts heads with the solemn and surprisingly young Inspector Merveille. The mystery leaves several clues and twists along the way, so you might spot the murderer earlier in the book, but the way the solution is all revealed adds that final twist and a tense bit of action before the crime is solved and punishment is handed out. And the way the story wraps up will leave you eager for more. It looks like this will become a series, so I'm looking forward to more culinary and criminal adventures with Tabitha and Julia. The book is available at Worcester and through CleveNet. And you can also find the ebook and e-audiobook on Libby and Hoopla. Happy reading!